The 5 things you must do to heal from abuse, whether it's past abuse or narcissistic abuse. Hi, I'm Carol Raythel. I help people on their awakening journey. I help people connect with their inner guidance from upstairs. Very often an awakening journey is about a healing, because healing trauma can lead to awakening and healing. It's a natural progression, and many of us choose that path so that we can awaken faster. This is video number 4 in our Healing from Narcissistic Abuse series, but let's also remember that it's about healing any type of abuse. So these are the 5 things that I know personally and I have observed in others that you must do that lead to that successful healing. Number 1 is you must learn to love yourself. This is a whole journey in itself, and my next videos are going to be about how we can love ourselves. But the very first thing that you can do to love yourself right from this moment forward is commit to yourself that you're going to heal. Tell yourself, no matter what, I'm going to heal. I deserve to have joy in my life. I deserve to feel good in my life. I deserve to feel free. And the second thing that I encourage you to start doing right now is place a hand over your heart and just go within and say, I love you. And do it again. I love you. With practice, do it 5 or 6 times, and then do it another 5 or 6 times later on. Repeat it 3 times a day. Do 5 or 6 I love yous. And what you may notice is that your body will create a spreading warmth as you do that from your heart. And the reason you feel that is because your body releases a hormone called oxytocin, and that's the love hormone. It's the hormone that we feel when we're in love and we're with the person we love, and we just love life, we love everything. It's a wonderful hormone, and we can create that for ourselves. The number 2 thing that we must do to heal is get into our body. A lot of us live in our head. We're thinking all the time, and some of us are even outside our body because we don't like how it feels to be in the body. And I know what that feels like. I used to bump into doorways and scrape my shoulders. I trip over things because I wasn't in my body feeling it. So get into your body. Be in there and be aware of your breath coming in and going out. Wriggle your toes, touch your arms and hands and feel. And do this often. You have to be in your body to heal. We can't do it while we're in our head. And when you're in your body, you're going to feel. Now you have to feel to heal. You need to allow those emotions that you've been running away from probably to come up. Feel them. They're not going to hurt you. The hurt has already happened. Allow yourself to cry. Allow it to come. I know it can feel horrible, but the more you let yourself feel those emotions that you've been carrying around in your body since the trauma and abuse happened, it's in your energy field as little clouds, and it gets trapped in the cells of your body. So when you're in your body, you can feel the emotions. Let yourself feel, let them come out and be expressed. Just remind yourself, when I feel, I heal. Know that every time you're crying and you're feeling rotten as you go about your day, just know that you are healing, and it will stop, it will pass, and you will see the light of day. The 4th thing that you must do to recover from abuse is to learn about what feels good for you and what doesn't feel good for you, and to be able to set boundaries. So you like it when somebody says, hello, your name, you look great today, I like your hairdo. That feels good, doesn't it? But if somebody says to you, hey, that top really makes you look sexy, that can be a bit degrading and objectifying. And personally, I don't want people to see me as a sex object. I want them to see me as a person. So that doesn't feel good for me. It might feel good for you if that's what you're going for. But learn what feels good and learn what doesn't feel good. And be aware of what you're feeling when that doesn't feel good. And from that, you can create boundaries. You can say, no, I'm not going to accept that person saying that sort of thing to me. I'm going to say, hey, I don't like it when you make comments like that. I feel like an object. I'd appreciate it if you don't do that anymore. And you've set a boundary. You've drawn a line in the sand that says, do not cross this. And as we set boundaries, we are protecting ourselves. We're protecting our space. We're protecting our values. And we're protecting the innocent part of ourselves if things get a little bit unacceptable with what's being said to you or done to you. And because you're setting boundaries and saying no to people, you begin to respect yourself more. And when you respect yourself more and say no to people, I'm not going to accept that. And we can say it nicely. We don't have to be rude. We can say, hey, you know, when you do that, I feel a little bit like I'm being criticised, or you don't appreciate me, you don't like me as I am, whatever it is. And, you know, I would really appreciate it if you just have a little bit of respect for how I might be feeling when you say things. Then we'll be able to get on well. So that was respectful to the person. So you can set respectful boundaries. And when you respect yourself, when you use those boundaries and enforce them, other people are going to respect you. And when you get into the role of respecting yourself and other people respecting you, your life is going to change. You're going to find that people are going to come into your life who are going to respect you. And that is because you respect you. Our life, the people in our life, are a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. So it's an absolute must that you respect yourself and you set boundaries and you enforce them. And you'll see those people who don't respect your boundaries, they're going to leave your life. Or you might choose that you're not going to have them in your life anymore. That is completely your choice. Number 5, probably you've been giving away your power or giving away your energy to someone else and going along with what they want. That's what we tend to do if we've been abused. We like to keep the peace, and we do that by pleasing other people. So if you've been doing that, come back to yourself, get back into your body again and learn what you like. Keep a journal, write down the things you like, write down the foods you like, and then go and eat those foods and enjoy every mouthful. Learn what you like to do, or remember the things that you know you like to do, and do those things. Do the things you love to do, whether that's a craft, a hobby, art, dance, an interest, a cause, whatever it is. Do it, because when you're doing it, you're experiencing joy. Our brain actually focuses on the centres where our psychic centres are, and we go into a meditative state, and that gets us in touch with our soul, and our soul and higher parts of us are love. So when you're doing what you love, you are bringing love in from your own energy bodies. And of course, when you're bringing that love in, it's a form of light, and the light is going to help to push out those shadows, those wounds. So every time you do something you love, you are healing yourself. And this is the basis of occupational therapy. One of the key things I learnt and practiced as an occupational therapist, and observed people in the transformation. So I can't emphasize this one enough. Do what you love, and make that a priority for every day if you can. In some way, do what you love. So those were the 5 keys, the 5 things that I have observed and I teach and coach people to do to heal. Because when you do those things, when you love yourself, when you're in your body and you're releasing your emotions, which is not going to last forever, but when you're in your body, when you're setting boundaries and saying what is allowed and not allowed, what you're going to do and not do, and when you're doing what you love, you are going to transform yourself. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to make your happiness and your well-being your number 1 priority. And you need to do that to recover. And that is what leads to joy. And that is what leads to you feeling confident and whole. And you begin to trust yourself, to look after yourself. And if you're recovering from narcissistic abuse, there's going to be no narcissists in your life. You're going to recognize the fakery that they try and win you over with. And quite honestly, they're not going to be interested in you, because you're putting off an energy of confidence and self-love and wellness, and they don't want that in their life. They're looking for someone who is wounded that they can control and manipulate. So this is your number 1 immunity against narcissistic abuse. This is how you can ensure that you're never going to have it again in your life. Or if it starts, you're going to know it very quickly, because you'll be feeling yourself, how you react, what's going on, and you'll be going, nah, not here, no, go away, I'm not interested. The next video I'm going to do is going to be about the self-love, as I said earlier. There are many ways that we can love ourselves, and I will share a little bit of my story of why I'm talking about self-love. Like, what's the big deal? Well, it's really big. It's the gateway to everything. It's the gateway to healing. It's the gateway to success. It's the gateway to joy and empowerment. So make sure you're subscribed so you're notified when my next video comes out. And I'll look forward to seeing you, and I will be waiting for you in the next video.